Are you looking to add some wide-angle oomph to your iPhone 7 or iPhone 6 photos? Then you definitely need to check out the ExoLens. This is by far the best iPhone camera lens I have used to date. I can't find any distortion with the photographs taken with this lens. Let that sink in. There is no distortion. I thought the Moment lens was awesome, but this ExoLens definitely beats it. Now the quality of a lens is very important, but almost equally as important is where you can take the lens. Despite being an incredible third-party lens, I'm not impressed with the case. The entire setup is quite clumsy, and I don't think I personally would take it on vacation. Also, you lose parts because has anybody seen the back lens cover? I think I lost it. As of right now, I've given this entire ExoLens case with lens a score of 3.48 out of 5. The lens by itself gets a score of 5. It's the best lens. I'm still blown away by how clear my photos are.
Real usage, real reviews. Mobile reviews A.ca.
And mobile reviews A.ca, Monty and I shoot a ton of video and a ton of photos, well, because we do all these reviews. Now, when it comes to these camera accessories, well, because I fill that Asian stereotype of Asians being good at photographs, I definitely have to be good at using this, right? With these iPhone camera accessories, I'll spend the time circulating the lenses through my everyday life, taking pictures of Monty for his Instagram project at Where Is Monty. I'll take photos with the products while I'm up and about town, and most importantly, and probably the funnest thing that I do, is compare the photos taken by the ExoLens against other products. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to talk about the case, I'm going to talk about the lens, I'm going to talk about where I personally will be using this in the next while, as well as doing the comparison of photographs taken by the ExoLens, compare them against ones taken by the Moment lens, by Olloclip, as well as this Ztylus revolver camera case. And Monty's going to sit there, look cute, with his little doohickey. For the case design, it's fairly normal. It's quite light, which is good since the lens is quite heavy. The case fits the iPhone well and has rubbery edges. The rubbery edges doesn't really help the handling because the case back is clear and is also very slick, which is a problem when you have the lens attached to the case. There isn't enough texture on the entire product to overcome the awkwardness of the giant lens on your iPhone. The buttons on the case are a little stiffer to use, which means that using the volume button as your shutter button is going to be noticeable. Clear back will showcase the color of your iPhone, but unlike the average clear case, has a noticeable rainbowing effect. The ExoLens itself attaches securely via a threaded hole on top of the camera, and there is a cutout for the flash, though it's going to be useless when you have the lens installed. The case isn't drop rated, but ExoLens does include a wrist strap, which is a must if you're planning on taking this outside of, well, going outside and taking pictures with it. Onto the actual lens, which I said at the beginning of the video was awesome. ExoLens includes the ability to mount this giant lens on your iPhone 7, not 7 Plus, as well as any sized iPhone 6 and any sized iPhone 6s or any 6 Plus. The big iPhone and the little iPhone. You can mount this ExoLens onto it. ExoLens includes all the mounting clips that you need for all these devices, which is nice. And unlike Moment lenses, which require you to physically attach a mounting plate on your iPhone, you can remove these mounting clips. But the downside of the mounting clips is that you have to remove your iPhone as well as a screen protector from the case in order to use the lens. The mounting clip does have a cold shoe mount, so you can add even more accessories to make your iPhone even more awkward to handle. The actual lens is made by Zeiss, specifically a Zeiss Mutar Blarg. You know, there's a bunch of numbers there. Wide angle lens. I'm not entirely sure what any of those specs means, but I can vouch for ExoLens's claim of no distortion or chromatic aberration, though those two things seem very similar to me, as well as their claim of exceptional edge contrast. The wide angle lens greatly enhances the field of view of your iPhone, as you can see in this overlay photo that I've taken of, well, the same area with an iPhone 7 naked and an iPhone 7 with the ExoLens. There aren't many times when it comes to iPhone accessories that I'm blown away by them, but using the ExoLens for the first time kind of made my jaw drop. For me, it was hard to imagine having such a large field of view without any noticeable distortion along the edges. The lack of distortion and chromatic aberrations will be very apparent in the photo comparison that we'll do in the next few minutes. So when will I personally use this product? When I'm going on vacation, there's a lot of stuff that you can lose, and so this gigantic lens is, well, it's very large, and it doesn't come with a lens carrier. So you can pop it in your pocket, but I think I've done that enough times that I've actually lost the dust cover for the back of the lens. So it's very unwieldy, this entire setup. You add to the fact that this case itself is quite slick. It just makes it very hard to have a lot of confidence in this entire setup when you're trying to take photos on your vacation. And it kind of depends on the vacation that you're going to do. If you're going to sit on the beach all the time, then maybe this might suffice. But if you're up and about taking pictures of all the touristy spots in a place, on-the-go photography, I'm not quite sure this is going to be the best setup. This is the complete opposite of products like the Moment Case, which definitely improves the handling and actually comes with a Bluetooth shutter button, which is awesome. Or there's the Ztylus Revolver Case, which makes lens storage incredibly easy. For me, I'm going to use this lens for my stationary wide shots, for times when I am very intent on shooting videos or photos. So, anything to do with reviews. Being able to set this up on a tripod along with the extra functionality of the cold shoe mount is going to be great for all the smart home stuff that I'm going to be doing in the next while. But I'm not going to be using this to do any of the photos that I'm going to be doing for Monty's side project. Now on to the photo comparison. For the next few minutes, I'm going to show you photos taken by the ExoLens and compare them against photos taken by the Moment lens, the AutoClip, the new one, as well as the Ztylus Revolver camera case. Now right off the bat, you can definitely see that the ExoLens minimizes the distortion of the wide-angle lens when compared to the AutoClip and Ztylus. Through this entire process, I was actually very surprised at how poorly the Ztylus case performed, or the lens performed. Comparing the photo between the Moment lens and the ExoLens was tough, as the output was quite similar, so I really had to spend more time with these products. Over time, I took a bunch more photos, and I did notice a bit of distortion along the edges of the Moment lens photograph when compared to the same ExoLens photograph. If you look closely enough, it actually looks like the center of the Moment lens photo seems to squish towards the center of the photograph a bit, whereas in the ExoLens photograph, the edge of the painting is completely straight. Here's another set of photos showcasing the lack of distortion. I will note that the AutoClip wide-angle lens has a much wider field of view, so if you do shoot a lot of video, you might want to look at the AutoClip instead. Regardless, in this comparison, you can definitely tell that the plant on my hutch is definitely clearer on the ExoLens photo. So the ExoLens definitely trumps the AutoClip and the Ztylus product, but as I said earlier, between the Moment lens and ExoLens, it's pretty hard to tell. In these next two photographs, you'll definitely see that the Moment lens has a bit more distortion than the ExoLens. The gravel in this photograph is definitely blurrier, but if you were to look at it by itself, if I didn't tell you the gravel is blurry, you might not notice it. And the grass down the hill on the Moment lens photograph looks almost animated. It looks like someone drew it in, whereas you can almost see the singular blades of grass on the ExoLens photograph. The only time where I didn't find much of a difference between the two lenses was with macro photography. In this set of photos, the depth of field minimizes the distortion on the Moment lens, so if you're into taking close-ups of stuff, you might be very happy with just the Moment lens. So that's all I got for the ExoLens review. If this was useful to you, consider getting your product through one of my links, as it doesn't cost you any more, and I'll get a little bit of commission to help me keep funding these review videos. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. If there are any photograph accessories you want me to take a look at, just let me know in the comment section below. I know that this Moment lens, this is one of the original Moment lenses for the iPhone 6s. The iPhone 7 one hasn't come out yet. I think they're on Kickstarter, but anything in my opinion on Kickstarter is still vaporware, so I will take a look at that product once they start selling it to the non-Kickstarter crowd. So, what do you think, buddy? How many times have we filmed this video? Twice. This is the second time I've done it. Blah.